Hello, my name is Scott Layton, and I speak today not just as an American, but as someone who deeply values the ideals of democracy, human rights, and shared prosperity. Like many around the world, I've watched recent events in the United States with concern, and I understand why many in Europe and beyond feel uneasy about the future of transatlantic leadership. But this video isn't about regret, it's about respect and hope. The European Union, born from the ashes of World War II, has long stood as a beacon of peace, progress, and protection for all. You've championed civil rights, economic cooperation, and environmental leadership in ways the world has admired and, frankly, envied. Today, as global challenges mount from authoritarianism to climate change, the world looks to Europe not just as a partner, but as a leader. Your wisdom, compassion, and reason are more essential than ever. This is not just a call to action, but a recognition of the role you already play and the strength you can continue to embody. The path forward is uncertain, but history has shown that when Europe leads with its values, the world follows. Let's walk that path together. As we navigate an increasingly complex world, the European Union stands at a crossroads. Its historic role as a defender of democracy and human rights principles at the core of its identity has never been more crucial. But with political shifts in the United States and the rise of figures like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and JD Vance, Europe faces a tough question. Can it still rely on the US as the leader of the democratic world, or must it step up and lead on its own? Let's break down how Europe can rise to meet these challenges and forge its own path toward global leadership. Recent years have seen a dramatic shift in American politics. Under Donald Trump, the America First approach reshaped U.S. foreign policy favoring transactional relationships over traditional alliances. The withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accord, criticism of NATO, and isolationist rhetoric strained transatlantic ties. Now, with Trump's return to office, these echoes have grown louder. Enter Elon Musk, entrepreneur, tech mogul, and now a vocal critic of globalism. His controversial comments supporting Germany's far-right Alternative for Germany party sent shockwaves across Europe. And then there's JD Vance, once a Silicon Valley investor, now Vice President of the United States. At the Munich Security Conference, Vance warned against U.S. involvement in foreign conflicts, calling them a drain on America's strength. His speech marked a clear shift. The U.S. is stepping back from global leadership. So where does that leave Europe? For the EU, this isn't just about geopolitics, it's about survival. Can it stand firm for democracy if its closest ally retreats? The challenge isn't only external. Within Europe, far-right populism is gaining ground. From Viktor Orban in Hungary to Marine Le Pen in France, populist leaders exploit economic fears and immigration anxieties. Even Brexit was driven by these forces. Can Europe defend its democratic ideals while battling threats from within? The answer lies in action. Europe must confront populism, stronger laws against disinformation and hate speech, protect press freedom, safeguarding independent media across member states, tackle inequality, addressing the root causes of discontent that fuel extremism. Without these steps, the EU risks enabling the very forces that threaten its foundation. If Europe can shore up its democratic foundations, it has the chance to become more than just a regional power. It can lead globally championing democracy, human rights, and climate action. This doesn't mean abandoning the US entirely. Millions of Americans still value the transatlantic alliance. But Europe must take the initiative on climate leadership, driving the green transition, global peace building, leading diplomatic efforts, democratic alliances, strengthening ties with countries like Canada, Japan, and Australia. The world is watching. Will Europe rise to the challenge or fade into the background? The rise of far-right extremism, from Vance's rhetoric to Orban's policies, threatens Europe's core values. To stand as a beacon of democracy, Europe must be uncompromising. Reject authoritarianism. Strengthen democratic institutions. Promote inclusion and social justice. This is more than politics. It's about identity. Will Europe embrace the ideals that shaped its post-war rebirth, or succumb to division and fear? Europe stands at a historic crossroads. With US leadership in question, the EU has a choice: wait for stability or lead the democratic world itself. It's a daunting task, but one the EU can achieve by confronting extremism, strengthening democracy, and embracing its role on the global stage. The Renaissance spirit isn't just history. It's a way forward, a commitment to truth, knowledge, and humanity. Will Europe rise to the challenge, or will future generations look back and wonder why we didn't act? Thank you for watching. At Renaissance Spirit, we explore history, politics, society, and culture, because understanding the past enriches our future. Take our quiz next to see if you embody the Renaissance spirit. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Live the Renaissance spirit.